Well, hi, and thanks so much for joining me in my shop here. It's December 11th. Christmas is coming. So I spent a little bit of time in here last night studying up on this radio, getting ready to do some things like what I might do today. And what I got focused in on was a couple of capacitors that I changed 5 years ago. And I have somewhat of a memory around this that I didn't actually stock the proper kind of capacitors to make changes to these little mica capacitors and the like that are in this radio, that are in most radios. Now in most cases those are a type of capacitor that's actually highly reliable, so leaving them in, not such a big problem. But for some reason I changed 2 of them down here 5 years ago, and I changed them with inappropriate capacitors. So since then I now stock the right kind of capacitors, or close to it anyway. So I'm going to replace these replacements, these 2 here. There, you can see I've got my measuring instrument here. I was trying to figure out what the heck was I doing. So I think I put those in you know, with a certain amount of desperation. Can't remember all the details. So number one thing, I'm going to replace these 2 capacitors here. There's the replacement sitting here. Put them in. As for these black molded ones, we'll take a closer look after that and consider what to do. And just maybe with these incorrect capacitors here, maybe that's why the AM stage in this radio doesn't work. Not sure of that. So I'm going to change those 2 capacitors out now. Okay, so I think all told, studying the schematic here and the circuit between last night and just now, I must have spent probably a couple hours sorting out the position, maybe not a couple hours, but sure feels like it, the position of this guy and this one up here, which you can barely see, that I installed. And I also double checked this one. This one here. This one's fine. This is the right size in the right place. Definitely this is wrong. This should be a 5.6. I don't have an exact replacement for this, so I don't know what I'm going to do here. This is supposed to be the 220, this green one here. 220 picofarad, which I have. So I'm pretty sure I put this in out of desperation. Perhaps I determined the capacitor up here was open. I can't remember. But anyway, out they come. These 2. I'm really quite sure of what I'm doing. This is the part of radio repair that, one of the parts that really drives me nuts is all these coils, these wafer switches, all in combination like this. Wow, it just makes my head explode when I try to sort through this, but I'm really taking the time to do it. So I'm going to change those 2 and we'll see what happens. Okay, so here's the 2 guys, this one here and this one up here. I'm going to go after this guy first. It's just a little harder to get at, but not at all impossible. Let me nip them off here. Yeah, so this is supposed to be 220 picofarads, and I believe that's a 0.01 sitting in there, 0.01 microfarads. Way, way, way off in terms of size. Not sure actually what's in there. Okay, let's get this off of here. He's out. Now we're going to put in the correct one here. 20. No, that's not the correct one. Uh-oh. Here it is, here it is. Hidden from my view. Let's try that. 220. Ah, my cat's at the door again. Oh my gosh, I've already done the lovey-dovey stuff with you, cat. What is going on here? I have to tell him every day, no, it's not springtime yet. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to make the attachment here first. I'm dying. smokes. Maybe there's no food? No, there's food upstairs. Peanut, what is it? And it's got you upset today. Well, he's not upset. He's not one for getting upset. Loud. My soldering iron wasn't actually switched on. Let's just give it another minute here. That should help me position the other leg of the capacitor. Where is it? This to come up through here. Pretty tough to get down in there. Okay. Yeah, really restricted. To lap these two. Yeah, I got them hooked there a little bit. Should have left that alone. I haven't used these soldering tools very much. I haven't had them all my life. So my actual skills of manipulating things with these little tools isn't all that great. The other thing is I can't really see what the heck I'm doing in there. There. Yeah, I can solder that. Or can I? That's it. Yep. Oh, pretty good. Got a nice big blob of solder on it there. Okay, one done. Next guy here. 39, 20%. Really what that is? So what's supposed to be in there is a 5.6. Now I don't have a 5.6. I have a 3. I have a 10. I have a 20. I have a 1. I can put the 1 and the 3 together and get a 4. Or you know what? I can look through my. I'm gonna look through all my capacitors once again before I commit myself here. Oh, thank God I got a subconscious that keeps me on track, because I went through my collection and I found a 5. 5.6. Hey, close enough. A lot better than this thing anyway. So, too bad I missed it the first time around. Come on, Mr. Camera. Stay still. Make this even shorter. The camera just won't stay put. I think this is a good chance of bringing the AM side of this radio back to life. Actually, from studied the schematic, it looked like some of this stuff was in the broadcast band. Can't be sure. But we're going to be sure soon, because I'm going to try this radio out again. Okay, I'm double checking everything. Now I have my antenna switched. I have an outdoor antenna and a switch that switches it between the shop and my other location in the house. My office, as we like to call it, and that switch is switched over to my office right now. So, but for now, we can still try the radio. Let's just take a look at how I've got this hanging here, because it's really kind of clumsy. Let's see if we can fix it up too. Steadied it up. So you see what I've had to do? Like, these buttons have to be connected when you're working on this radio, and they kind of have to be in this area. So this is what I've had to do. I've got it suspended from this holder here. It's a crazy arrangement. Oh my gosh, there she goes. That was almost the end of that, wasn't it? That didn't go very well. Still wants to go over. Something under here. Okay, she's rock solid now. Okie dokie. Antenna sitting there, speaker here hooked up. Parts away, volume down. Set is switched off. And I think we're ready to go here. Plugged in. Giving it one last look before I hit the switch. Here we go. Good show. Switch on. Good. Just like to be a little extra cautious after fiddling around with the radio, of course. Okay, we're on full power here. Let me tip the speaker up a little bit. Okay, what do we hear? That's nice. It's quite nice. Now what band are we on? 31. So B band, A band. So this, I believe now, is AM radio. Yikes. Wow. Things aren't right here yet. For sure. But other bands, so I think what's happening there is I have some kind of interference in my house that's putting out a signal every few kilohertz, basically. Next band. Hey, I'd go throw my antenna switch before we go too far here. Hang on. Okay, never sure if that makes a lot of difference or not. Don't think it does. So this would be 31 meter band. 25 meter band, so shorter wavelength. Pick something up here. Nope. 19 meters. Ooh, everything went quiet. What's going on here? That was weird. I don't know if you heard that just now, but something up here started kind of making a dancing sound. More coffee. Okay, let's go another band up. Oh. Loud again. So that's the top band. Oh, that's the confused here. So we have one band that's not very band spread, and that was that last one. This is a better. I don't think I'm going to pick up anything. You know, yeah, listen to shortwave all day yesterday, on and off, all day long. And there really wasn't much. You know, this band on the radio seems to be a little hotter, a little more sensitive. Well, you know, it's really hard to say. It's really hard to say. At this time of year, or at this time of the 11-year sunspot cycle, the situation is about as bad as it can get for shortwave. Literally, it's almost dead at times on the shortwave bands. So checking out a shortwave radio when there's no signals to be heard, a little bit misleading. So AM radio, I got to sort this out. What has happened to the AM band in this radio? That's what has to be sorted out.